Hey, cameraman, keep following. Hello, everybody. It is Rob Bery, and I've got a new setup. Renovated my working room. It's really nice. I would just like to sit down and have a very official, very nice podcast episode to continue our podcast. Welcome, everybody, to the Rob Bery Podcast. It's late. It is past my bedtime, yes. Robbers have bedtimes too. Maintaining a schedule is very important, and that's what we're here to talk about today. While maintaining a schedule can be very important, it is very important. It's also important to make sure the workload in that schedule isn't too much for you. For example, it's good to go to the gym. Everyone wants to go to the gym. It's fun. You meet new people there and you're motivated. You see everybody else working hard and that makes you want to work hard, you know? Now, when you have to go to the gym on 7 hours of sleep, which for a 12-year-old is below what is necessary. I'm not 12. This is just talking about any 12-year-olds out there. You know, like the guy with his hand in my ass. Can I say that on the podcast? It's up the back of my shirt, guys. Freaking meat sticks. What I'm trying to say is, while maintaining a healthy schedule is very important, it's also important to make sure that your schedule it works for you, you know? Your schedule might work for somebody who's older than you, or somebody who's smarter than you, or stronger than you, but you have to find a schedule that works for you. Lately, my boss has been changing my schedule, big schedule changes, because he's been having big schedule changes in his own life, and he's letting that affect me and my schedule. I am running out of time to code. Well, I'm getting less and less time by the day to code my video game, Big Sword Guy. Well, I finished Big Sword Guy, also called Big Sword Ball. And right now I'm working on BSB, The Miller Twins, which is pretty much the same game, but you're in an alternate universe where instead of it just being Mr. Miller, it's actually two Mr. Millers, you know? Prime Miller and Cyborg Miller, his twin. They're twins. It's so cool. This game is on Scratch, I know. I'm a whole adult dude. I'm coding games on Scratch. It's really fun, actually. But this might be our first podcast with actual guest speakers on it. So let me welcome what I presume to be our first ever guest speaker, because the guest speakers in the last episode, they weren't canon. It wasn't canon that they were there. You know, it was just for comedic effect, dramatic effect. I don't know, man. They weren't technically there. That was just to be funny. But our first ever actual, you know. Can we get this man on stage? Hello, everybody. It's me. CubiieBlockHead. The blockhead who's cubed. I was invited onto this podcast, and of course I said yes because it's Rob Bery. It's the Rob Bery Podcast. Who wouldn't want to be on this podcast? It's the best podcast in the world, you know. Let me make sure the camera's good. Nope. I messed it up. Well, yeah. Yeah, we can do this. Okay. So, Cubie, we just have a few questions lined up for both of us to answer. Let me get the first question. Yes, one way to deal with heavy schedule changes. And this is a very big, very important question. Yeah, of course it is. The writers don't think of bad questions. Do podcasts have writers? I don't know. I don't write. I just, feel something, and then I'm like, dang, I gotta record an episode for the podcast about this. You know? You're right, man. You're right. Wait, are you the one controlling me, or are you the one with your hand in my hands? We don't mention the hands, okay? The hands are good. The hands are grace. The hands are thank you for this plate. The hands are... Was that a lunch prayer that used... Yeah, I used to do that in after school daycare. But one important way to deal with heavy schedule changes, in my experience, it's... I don't know why, but asking or making a complaint or asking for your schedule to be changed, it's never worked in my life. I don't know. I feel like it should. I feel like people should respect boundaries, but, it's like how boundaries are important, but nobody respects boundaries. It's the world we live in, man. It's just like that, I guess. Yeah, I get that. I guess I'd say one way to deal with it is to not deal with it, Just leave. House hopping. Yeah, well, no, we've done that too much. I think we're on the last straw, man. I don't think there's another house to hop to. I think it's foster care for us. For me, not you. You're an adult. You can't go into foster care. Yeah, I get that. Was it getting too heavy to close your mouth? I feel that. Are your hands hurting? Yeah. Yes, yes, they were. Our next and final question, for some reason, wow, is this a short podcast? I feel like this might be our longest episode, actually, so far. Our last question is, and I don't have a paper here, I'm thinking of these on the spot. Our last question is, it's, how do you, what is an actual healthy schedule that you should strive to maintain? For those of you out there that aren't little kids and you don't need to make a complaint about your schedule, here's just a healthy schedule that is maintainable, Everyone knows early in the morning. Yeah, early in the mornings you can't do anything, man. Yeah. So early in the mornings, you shouldn't start off with, when you're still half asleep, already having an hour-long Bible study. If I were you, man, I would crumble. I would crash out. Exactly. One last thing before we continue the question. What is the hat about? Oh, yeah, see, I just heard I was invited to a podcast. I didn't know whose podcast. So I was gonna go on live TV and say, Bok Bagok, suck my... Whoa, duty. Dude. What the... Yeah, dude. Yeah, you can chill out. You're on the Rob Bery Podcast. We don't say bad words here. Objection? If the little guy sitting in the chair had hands free, he would make my hand go, oh, I got you, bro. Objection? How much fun am I having talking about how I feel? Why is this fun for me? This feels therapeutic. Who needs therapy? Just get some puppets and shake them. In the mornings you can't do anything. 2 to 3 meals a day, especially if you're a kid, 3 meals a day and like 9 to 12 hours of sleep, it's important. But if they decide, oh, you're waking up super early, I guess we're just gonna make it so that you have to go to bed earlier so you could wake up super early. It's not really fair for your schedule, don't you think? I mean, you're gonna be taking a shower and going to bed before the sun's even down, you know? I know we have longer suns out, the sun is out longer since it's summer. Wait, is it summer? It's March now, I don't know, man. We just got out of winter. What's between winter and summer? Nobody hasn't memorized it, right, dude? They're all the same. Spring and autumn, or spring and autumn the ones that are the same exact thing? Spring, fall, autumn. Spring and fall might be the same thing. Or like autumn and fall. I feel like autumn and fall are the same thing. That feels right. I really like your hat. What is that material? Oh. It's pretty good, dude. I do think that's gonna be wraps for this podcast. Just for now, just wraps for this episode because it is late. I'm wide awake, but I should be asleep. Past my bedtime. I don't know how I'm not caught yet. I just locked the door. I guess it makes it soundproof. My astigmatisms... Oh, you have those too? Yeah, my astigmatisms are really messing with that flashlight. That flashlight's really diddling my astigmatisms right now. Whoa, it is so beautiful, but it's so confusing. Oh my... It's like the Tawag intro. No, for me it's more like a diamond, I see the Tawag intro. Dude. Yeah, that's gonna be wraps for this episode 3 of the Rob Bery Podcast. And if this episode gets, let's say high, 30 views, then the next episode will also have another guest speaker. Not 30 views, we'll say 5 likes, because we usually get like 20 something views and 0 likes, so let's go with 5 likes. I think that's a reasonable goal for now. So if this video can get to 5 likes, this episode for the podcast, not video, we're professionals, then we will have another guest speaker on our podcast. It could be anyone from a basketball player to a mother. Moms are cool, My mom's cool. That being said, let me show you guys Froggy. Froggy's feeling good. Froggy had a good day today, I don't know if you guys were even able to see the puppets or like if you guys were just looking at me the whole time. I don't know. It's a new setup. It's really cool. That's the end of this episode of the Rob Bery Podcast. I hope everybody has a good day. And, I don't know, just have a good day, I guess. I think I'm gonna reuse that outro. Yeah, I'm gonna start reusing that outro. Alright, let me get the clip.